Hi guys, so this is the Exumi, I think I'm saying it right, M365, correct me if I'm wrong, standard edition in black. I bought this on the 23rd of the 3rd, and so far I've done just under, I think it's 99 point something, so 100 miles essentially, and just actually it's worked out really well. And I bought it at a really good time because just before this we had lockdown, obviously. So it literally the day after, no, sorry, on the day that we closed our doors, I went out and bought this because I was already looking at it beforehand for about a couple of months, and I was looking into them and that, and yeah, I thought, oh, you know what, I've seen people ride them, don't know what they're about. Went to Halfords. I'm not going to say they were helpful, and I'm not going to say they weren't helpful either. You know, I think it depends on the person you get, so depending on where you go, depends on what service you get, really, as always. Certainly wasn't impressed where I got mine from, so I'm glad I did research, because I had to correct a few things. So, yeah. Just to go over it, really, so the battery range on it, or the mileage anyway, I find terrible. Oh, don't get me wrong, it's great, it is good, and I do enjoy it, but I can only ever have it in just the normal mode, so no green light. Sorry, I can't do that, I have to do it from this angle. Just sheerly because of my weight, I am at the max load for it, or just over. Oh, so you can hear in the background, that is the guinea pig chewing. So yeah, so just over the weight limit, and then with my bag and everything, I'm about 20% overweight for it. But it still does really well, so I can understand why the battery does deplete quite quickly. You'll find that once it gets down to the last bar, that's where the battery just drops off, nosedives. But as you can see, I need to clean it again. I just took it out today, and the paths are really dusty, and this camera's not very well focused, so I'm having to do this on my phone rather than my actual camera. So bear with me. Oh, it's not focused, that's why. Yeah, so it's alright. Alright, so what I did is, because they were useless, someone said, could you please what's the word, without using, I was just going to use the word, but erect it up, essentially. Yeah, so when I said that, and that, he just looked at me, was like, well, all you got to do is fold the handles up. I was like, okay, well, you know, I don't want to be that person, but, you know, I would like it set up, please, you know. And he's like, oh, fine, alright, whatever. And I was like, well, I was like, surely that's part of, you know, me buying it, is that to make sure it's done and it's safe for me to leave on it. He's like, yeah, I've got to fill out a form now. So I was like, okay. So I was like, do you want me to leave you to do it while I walk around the shop, you know, so I'm not, so it doesn't feel like I'm standing here watching you? Would it make it easier, you know, because I've been in that situation before, and they didn't offer me the service or anything, you know. And then I found out the scooter care later on. I thought, I mean, so the scooter care, and that covers the brakes, replacing the tyres and stuff like that, but you still got to pay for those parts, so it's just turned itself off, that's all right. It's meant to do that, don't worry. So yeah, so I was just quite irritated, frankly, and when he did do it all up on that, the screws on here were slightly licked. So basically, he put it around the outside and then for me to sign it on this side of the till, and I said, no, I want that around the side. I want to check it out, make sure it's all right before I sign that. Did it, and I'm glad I did it. I'm going to use my head, because so these here weren't tight, and this was a little bit rattly. The kickstand for some reason was loose, which I don't know, they're not normally loose. That's the first time I've heard about this problem, but I'm glad I did. And the rear brake was terrible. It was nowhere near touching. This lever went all the way to here, and it still didn't feel like it was even braking. So yeah, when the tyres weren't pumped up to sufficient standard, let's say, so when I stood on it, they were just flat near enough. Which, oh, funny enough, so this has got a weight rating on the scooter here of 100 kilos. The tyres are only rated for 75 kilos max load. So yeah, I'm trying to work this one out. But anyway, so it's not bad. It's doing its job. You're 100 miles in, everything's okay at the moment. But I did adjust the brake. I literally took that off, took the pads out, sprayed them down, got the disc cleaned, everything, made sure that was properly done. Adjusted the brake obviously, so now it's solid there. That's all solid, rock solid. In the settings on the app, I've changed that to strong. On the older models here, you would find that if you put the regenerative braking, sorry, that's what it's called, onto strong, medium or strong, it would actually blow a fuse, but in the new models it doesn't. I've got it on strong, not for just the regen of recharging the battery, because it doesn't really do anything. It's not worth it really, that I found. But what it does do is, rather than using the brake and wearing the brake out, you just use the resistance to slow you down, and so you coast. And you know, if you know how to get good mileage in a car, I'd say, with your throttle control, you know how to put it on being smooth, you know, not using the brakes and all that, you can get a really good mileage. So I mean, so when you're coming to a stop though, what I don't do is just let off the throttle. I slowly let off the throttle, and then glide it back on. If I'm going to come to a stop, and I know I am, then I'll just let go. If you know, if you want to, for instance, if you're going to brake hard, or if you just want to, if you're in that mood where you don't care, you know, we all have those. I just let off and let it do its thing, and then I use the brake if I have to. I don't use the brake unless I need to, but before I ride it, as soon as I set off, I do a quick brake check. And I've always done that on motorcycles, push bikes, cars, vans, tractors. So that's, you know, it's just a thing I do. The quick release here, great, love it. The only thing is how tight it is. So my partner can't undo that, so it's a bit irritating, but you know, I don't mind that because that's nice and secure. The hook, the way you fold it down, hook straight into that. So I don't know if I can do this with one-handed. I'll give it a go though. Come on. Oh, do you know why? Because I haven't done that. Right, sorry, I've done that. That sits onto, do it wrong way, like that. Field focus. So like that. So it just takes into there when you want to use it. Yeah, put it up. And then here, this is testing my dexterity, but you put it up there, clamp, to clamp it, it's so easy, really easy. And then this latch here goes around, and that's done. So yeah, always make sure that that's closed, because you don't want to get dust in it. And at the moment, I just took it off charge just to do this video. That's hay, by the way, not rubbish, that's hay. So excuse me, blimey. Yeah, it's alright, really enjoy it, well worth the money so far. I've already now saved my bus fare by using that, so that's paid for itself already within 2-3 months. So I can't really say too much about it, apart from the fact that what a great idea, and I wish that people would be more accepting of them.